Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to A Punched Out Thursday to Die For with Kathy, Kristin, myself, and Dorothy, plus Rebecca and Sonia. And that's where we all take our punches and or dies and use them on our layout. And it's baby got scraps. So the only hitch to that one is one 12 by 12 paper is all you can use. Since I usually use scraps on Punched Out Thursday to Die For, I'm set up pretty good already. I am going to do some punch dart, and I took my oval cutters and the next to the smallest one. I cut that oval. And if you look over at that picture, my little grandson, who had just turned 2 a couple of days before Halloween, was dressed as Sing and Snore Ernie. So it's been a while. And I used that oval for his head. And then for the other 2 ovals, I used the biggest, the widest area, the blue, the blue cutter, and did the nose and the eyes. The nose was a little bit bigger than I wanted, but it was the best I could find. And you will notice at the end, on the end photos, maybe right before, his nose is going to change. I didn't even pay attention which color I used. It's going to be red, and it's going to be the same red as his mouth, I think. I think. But yeah, it's supposed to be red, and I wasn't thinking, and I put the darker orange on there. I'm using little flowers that with that little EK Success punch for his hair, and I'm putting several in there. I think I put 7 in there. It was quite a few because he has that wild hair. It is kind of on the pointy side, and that flower isn't, but I thought it was close enough. It was a little bit on the humid side that day and made it curly. The stripes in Casey's pajama bottoms are going up and down, and that paper was actually diagonal lines. So I had to kind of wonky to get it to have lines straight up and down. And since I cut from the corner, that gave me a part to go behind his head and something to glue on to. And I think it's like 1.75 inches wide when I got done putting it on there. And then his body's gonna be like maybe 4 inches long, maybe, something like that. I am not using punches because I don't have punches that would really work. So I'm just kind of cutting the pieces here. And he is gonna have a collar and buttons, and so I will be I already added the collar. I guess while I was talking, I added the collar. They definitely didn't match the 2 points on the collar, but that was all right with me. I am making these arms now, and I'm trying to figure out a way to get the stripes going the right way and still have enough to glue on the back and be long enough. And then I think the next thing I do is make his house shoes, because Ernie does have house shoes on when you'd get him. They're the cutest little bunny house shoes. They, but all we're going to see is the ears of the bunny, and they're blue, but the house shoe is white because the bunny's white. Only the bunny's ears are blue. But yeah, I'm going to use my dragonfly punch to make the ears for the bunny rabbit. And since the ears are blue, I am using blue ink on them to give them a shadow on the outside. On the pajamas, I used gray, and of course on the head, I used Rusty Hinge. I had an opportunity to use it, so I used Rusty Hinge. I'm just freehanding the hands, and of course, I got another opportunity to use the Rusty Hinge, so I did on the hands. And I am going to put one wrong in a little while. I will point it out to you if I'm not too busy talking, but I will fix that before the end of the video. I took the 1/4 inch punch for his eyeballs, and then I used the 1/8 inch punch for the buttons on the front of his shirt. I'm using my gel pen for the highlights, and I'm putting quite a few in his curls just so they look like they're on, they'll show up more as separate. That's my whole idea behind it, that they'll show up more as separate curls. And I know his hair is straight, but I didn't have a spiky looking punch. I might have had a dye, but I didn't go looking for it. I seen that punch and I thought, oh, I'm going to use that. So I did. And I almost forgot his ears. You see me put them on like last. And then I almost forgot his mask for his eyes to keep the daylight out. So I'm doing it now. The real Ernie has straps, but I thought I'd use the string, just have another texture, and it worked anyway. So I liked it, so I used it. These are close to my heart stickers, and I got them forever ago. And I thought, well, if I'm going to make a layout using this Ernie, I'm going to have that train across the bottom. And I planned on using the sticker that says play, but I forgot all about it. It is not on the layout when I get done. And right here's where I make the mistake with the hand. I don't know what I was thinking. I just kind of set it in there, and I don't even think it's glued in there. Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe it is. Well, it's real easy to fix, so maybe it wasn't. But I got the hand in the front when the thumb should be in the front. I don't know what I was doing, but I did notice it. Anyway, tell you about the picture. That's my grandson Casey, and he turned 2 on like the 27th of October, and this was for Halloween. And his mommy got him Sing and Snore Ernie. And he would sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and then he'd start snoring. And his little belly go up and down. Just the cutest little thing you ever seen. And then his costume, that made her get Casey a costume. And instead of teaching him to say trick or treat when we went to the door, I taught him to close his eyes and snore. So he did. He was such a ham at it, too. He'd be doing it, then he'd giggle. And it was so cute. But yeah, I never scrapped this because the picture was pretty bad. I don't know what happened. There was like 3 pictures. This was at my brother's house, and they were all bad. And I worked on it 2 or 3 times in the last few months, and today I got it where it looked a little better, where his face wasn't all messed up so bad. I took little tiny spots with a brush and the clarity thing, and it worked. It wasn't all pixelated and funny. I printed it out before and it looked awful. Well, the whole thing did. Anyway, I took it to the whole thing, but the face is what I was really worried about. And it looks a lot better, and then it prints out stupid. I mean, I wanted a 4x6. Of course, it may have been more pixelated again if it was 4x6, but I'm going with it. So my title is Listen to Him Snore. And then on the other side, because I thought, well, he'll never remember what that doll's name was. So I put Sing and Snore Ernie over on the other side. But yeah, he was a cute little doll. Well, I think he's still around somewhere. But I was looking at it and trying to decide what to put next. And I saw the twine, and I thought, well, I'd bring it from one part of the title to the subtitle and across the page so that, maybe the eye would flow from one part of it to the next. And I think I got a couple more things to do and I'll be done. So I'm going to mention that down there below is all the other gals doing the Punched Out Thursday. And also the baby got scraps. So there's plenty of links down there below for you to find inspiration and fun. I mean, I have fun watching these videos and see what everybody creates. And yeah, check them out and you might find a new person to subscribe to. But yeah, the last, I am putting words on there, phrases, words and phrases. That's it. And I pulled out these baby stickers, and it says like nap time, rockabye baby, and night night. Just because it had something to do with sleeping. And I wanted to put something up there in the clouds. And the clouds it was a chamel paper that I cut the clouds out of. And then at the top, that yellow is that color block. And it was a scrap in my scraps, and it's a little bit wrinkled on one end. But instead of this paper having like a perforated edge for you to tear, it's got like a dotted line that's printed. And I guess you're supposed to cut on it. But several times I've cut right below it so it looks like stitches and used it as a border. And since I was going to use a cloud anyway, I could just move it up higher than I originally planned and cover that hole up. And also, I layered them on red, and once I layered them on red, I had to go back and put red underneath the other tile letters. But that's it. Oh, no, that's not it. I did add those enamel dots. But yeah, now it's it on my layout. And yeah, Ernie with the pajamas on. I hadn't even heard of Ernie with Sing and Snore in a long time. I probably wouldn't even remember it if I didn't have these pictures to look at, pixelated though they were. But there's Ernie with his bunny house shoes. And that top word, listen, I think it's from Freckled Fawn. And then the other letters, I think, are Atwell, maybe. And then the nap time thing is maybe Ellie Studio. I know I got them on clearance for like less than $1. So because they were closing them out. But yeah, I've had them a while, and I thought, surely that's got something to sleep on it, having to do with sleep some way. So yeah, I was glad to find them. But if you leave a comment down there below, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.